Getting started. Good morning. Thank you, seniors, for stepping in. We're really excited to see you, those of you who are here live and those of you who are going to be watching the recording later. It's such an exciting time. You certainly have some classes to finish up, so I know you're working on those and have exams coming up and you're studying for those, but certainly here it is May and we're all really excited. I'm sure you're excited to be nearly done, and we're excited to see you be this close to walking that stage in June. So thanks for logging in today. We have a fairly brief presentation. We're going to shoot for like no more than 30 minutes really. I'm going to give some kind of a nuts and bolts information on the front end, and then I'm going to go ahead and Miss Danielle is going to help us with some information about the graduation ceremony itself. So for no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start. Welcome, Alana. Thanks. So some deadlines for you guys. You should have received this by email already, but don't forget. So your Canvas classes, your normal WVL classes that are taught by, that have live classes or independent, taught by our teachers, your regular classwork is due no later than May 20th. That's to allow time for grading. And then your exams for those classes must be submitted no later than 4 p.m. on the 26th. So please make sure you're watching your deadlines. They're a little sooner than you may have been used to in your other years here, but that really makes sure that we have everything graded, all your credits ready to go in time for the graduation ceremony. For your Fuel Ed, your Florida Virtual, your ALEKS classes, and your Lincoln classes, all coursework, including final exams, must be submitted by the 20th. So you're taking your exams later in your Canvas classes, but once again, because we have turnaround from those outside vendors where they have to grade your work and then send us a grade report, and we want to have all that in, so that means all of your work, including your final exams on those classes, must be submitted by May 20th. Any questions on deadlines? Good, thanks guys. Materials return. So those of you who are actually attending the graduation ceremony, your laptops and any other materials that you've had issued to you, if it's a textbook or whatever else you've had sent to you, please go ahead and bring that to the ceremony. And we'll go ahead and check all your materials in. If you are not attending the ceremony, we're going to mail out FedEx labels to you, and you should have those labels no later than May 20th. I think they're being mailed out on the 16th, so you should have those by the 20th. That's one of the reasons why it's really important to RSVP to Mrs. Beaver, Mrs. Beaver, so we know who's coming and who's not, who we need to mail labels to, and who's going to show up to the ceremony. Once you've returned all of your materials, we'll mail out your diploma. If you're attending the ceremony and you bring all of your materials, we'll go ahead and hand you your diploma before you leave, so you get it right then. Okay, oh, thanks, Alex. Yeah, if you want to keep some things that are on your computers, yeah, thanks, Nick, that's a good idea. Go ahead and use, get it to a flash drive to take it off, okay? Some sort of external drive. Or if you just have a few things, sometimes you can go ahead and just email it to yourself. So attach it to an email, send it to your personal email, and that's another way if you just got a few things that you can go ahead and keep that stored. But yes, that is one of the things that you want to take care of while you're getting ready to send all of your materials back. So that's a good question, some good answers on that. Thank you guys. Any questions about materials returns? Okie dokie. Sometimes I talk fast, and I want to make sure you have plenty of time for your questions. So if you miss anything, let me know, and I'll go back. Final transcripts. That means if you're attending any type of school next year, so a university, a technical college, a trade school, if you're enrolling in some sort of post-secondary education, you're going to have to send them a final transcript. That tells them that you definitely graduated. And if you had any type of GPA requirement for scholarships or anything else like that, that way they also check your GPA to make sure that you still qualify for those. So those students do need to send out final transcripts. And they are a little bit different. You may have already sent a transcript already, but final transcripts are different. They're for after you graduated. So you can go ahead and order your final transcript if you want through Parchment. And I'll show you that link real quick. Let's see how clever I've gotten at my Blackboard. See if I can do this for you. So hold on. Oh, apparently not. Hold on. Okie dokie. Give that a second to load. Okay. So if you go onto the WVL website and you go on to the counselor page, one of the options of the counselor page is transcripts. And here's the quickest way to order that transcript is through Parchment. Parchment charges you, it's like $3.33. You click on there, you can just put in the receiving school, and it gets sent to me within 24 hours. And then I usually, depending on my work schedule, I usually send it out within 24 hours, even if I'm actually at home that day. If not, usually not more than 48. So that's your quickest way to send a transcript. If Parchment isn't using your school, if you get on there and you can't find the school you're sending it to on there, then you can simply go ahead, you email me where it needs to go, then you pay a $3 processing fee, either through your student account or you can mail in a check. And that page also goes ahead and it tells you where to go ahead and mail it in. So that's for ordering final transcripts, and that's anybody that is going to any type of post-secondary education next year. If you just want to have one, you can request a final transcript to be sent to you individually. If you want your own official transcript sent to your home, you need it mailed to you. You don't use Parchment, and go ahead and use the Wisconsin Virtual Learning mailing address, and we'll go ahead and send that out to you. Any questions on final transcripts? Sweet. And remember, this is all recorded. I'll send this out probably Monday. So if you have any questions, you can watch the presentation, and you can certainly send me an email. But do remember to order your final transcripts. Letters of recommendation. So regardless of your plans for next year, this is a good idea to go ahead and ask for some of these. Ask for it for your teacher. If you're currently working somewhere, you can also ask for a letter of rec there if you're thinking about moving on. The letters of recommendation are great for you. You may find that 6 months from now you've decided to apply to work somewhere and you have a letter of recommendation. You may find a scholarship over the summer that you want to apply for, and you'll have your letter of rec. So that's a good thing to have on file. Nick, it's not weird to ask after they graduate. It's just the longer you get from graduation, if you're asking it from a teacher, they just may not remember you as well. And that, thank you, Karen's already answered, but it's best to ask now. Get that recommendation request in now. That way they're going to remember you really well, and they'll go ahead and get that letter sent out to you. And that's the sort of thing that you go ahead and, thanks, Karen. That's one of the things that we lived, sorry, lost track. It's one of those things that's great to just keep on file. You can make a copy of it, and then if it comes up later that you need one, you'll have it. So go ahead and make sure you ask for those letters of rec now. It also gives some time before the end of the year. So generally, 2 weeks is a good time frame to ask for someone to write a letter of rec. So that way you give a teacher now a bit more time to go ahead and get that written for you before they kind of are gone for the school year. No problem, Elise. Thanks for joining us late. And remember, we'll have it recorded, so we'll send it out. You'll be able to see anything you missed. Questions about letter rec? Okie dokie. Thank yous. Okay, you already got one, Nick. That's great. So graduation. One of the things that we're doing, the main thing we're doing at graduation is celebrating you and your hard work, your accomplishment at graduating. I think you guys know better than anyone, graduation diplomas, they don't just magically appear. High school diplomas are something you really work for a lot of years. So we're celebrating that accomplishment. That's the main thing we're doing in that ceremony. But it's also a great time to take time to say thank you. Because most of you, while you have worked hard for this diploma, have probably had a significant amount of help or encouragement from somebody. It might have been a teacher here, it could have been your SLA, it could be a grandmother. I mean, someone in your life has really been there pushing you and encouraging you to get done. So this is a great time to say thank you. And for us older generation folks, believe it or not, those written thank yous particularly are meaningful, whether that is a card or a really thought out email. But think about taking some time to say thank you. And a teacher loves a thank you. That's kind of our fuel to keep on moving, is when we know we've really helped a student. So do take some time to think about writing a formal thank you out to those folks that have really helped you. And that, like I said, whoever that is, that might be mom, dad, teacher, grandmother, best friend, but go ahead and take some time to say thank you as we're wrapping up this whole school experience for you. So the main thing that we really wanted to talk about today is the graduation ceremony. So your graduation ceremony is Saturday. It's June 4th at 2 p.m. here at the Northern Ozaukee School District in our high school commons. So the address is there, and Ms. Beaver sent out an invite to you, yes, already. The address is there, so if you need to nav to it, if you're not sure where we are, if you haven't been here before, you've got that address to go ahead and figure out how long it's going to take you to get here. We were asking, so you may have some other family members coming, and they don't need to be here until 2. Our actual graduates, please be here by 1 p.m. Because we do need to take time to make sure that we've gone through how the ceremony works, caps and gowns, make sure you're all straightened up. We need to hand out honor stoles and honor cords. So all those types of things, we need to have time to take care of that. So please be here by 1 so we can get you all lined up and so you kind of know what's going to happen during the ceremony itself. So please make sure you get here by 1 if you're planning to attend the ceremony. If you can't attend the ceremony, please know that we'll be live streamed. So if you're graduating but are too far to attend, you can certainly, we'd like to see you go ahead and watch the program with us and be there live. And it's great too for that if you have a grandmother that lives in Indiana and she can't be here but you want her to be able to see you graduate, that's that same option. So we'll send that link out shortly before so that your family members and friends can enjoy the ceremony with you. Once again, if you're planning on physically being here, make sure you do RSVP to Ms. Beaver no later than May 13th. So we can make sure that we have everything here for you that you need, and that we can make sure that if you're not attending, we know to send out your mailing labels for your materials. So please make sure you do RSVP so we know to expect you. And also, if you've not yet ordered your cap and gown, please let Danielle know. If you've been putting that off, let her know. Thanks, John, for showing up, and we'll go ahead and we'll send out that recording. Make sure Danielle knows. If you're not sure where you are on your cap and gown, remember our Jostens Wrap is Chad Kilton, so there is his contact information if you have a quick question. No, we are not mixed in with the Fredonia High School graduation. It's our own ceremony, just for us, just for our graduates. So yeah, we're a different ceremony from the Warriors. What's it called? From the Warriors. Good question, though. If you were definitely attending as well, so some kind of simple things that you may not know. Your gowns usually are, oh, I'm sorry, did Elise, you have a question?
Yes. How many people can we bring with us to graduation?
As many as you would like. So there's no limit. If you think you're bringing lots of people, you might give us a heads up because of our kick and punch option. So we make sure we have food, but there's no limit on the number of people you can bring. That's a good question, though. Thanks. Sorry. Make sure you know your gowns, those materials are usually pretty lightweight. They're often, I think, polyester. Okay, so low heat or steam on those gowns, guys. You don't want to do all this work and then have a giant black stain from your scorch stain on your gown for the ceremony. So do make sure low heat or steam. Try on that whole outfit early. So girls, I don't know how you feel about it, but sometimes you don't want the skirt sticking out below the gown. You may want it above. You may be okay with that. Guys, I strongly suggest long pants. I don't think we necessarily have any type of dress code for you guys with under the gowns. But think about long pants. They certainly look nicer coming out of the bottom of that gown. So kind of try on that whole outfit early. Make sure you like that look, that you're happy with all that. And girls, particularly if you have long hair when you're trying to get that cap on, so usually you need bobby pins to get that on. So please be thinking about that. I don't know if we wear the collars. Do the girls wear the white collars during the ceremony, Ms. Beaver? Okay. Sometimes they come with these little white collars that attach for girls, but I think we don't. Ms. Beaver's saying we don't wear them, but sometimes those can be a trick to get on. Also make sure, once again, this is mostly for girls, that you're going to wear shoes that you can walk comfortably in. I'm not saying tennis shoes, but I've been to multiple ceremonies where, you know, you're not used to wearing those really high heels, and we don't want that, you know, recorded tragedy if you fall and flat on your face because you're wearing, you know, heels you're not used to. Okay, so make sure that you kind of think about all those things, those more practical things that you are going to be recorded, and you want to make sure you're comfortable during that whole presentation. Ms. Beaver, are the gowns coming to our mail or house? Do you know?
They should be coming to your house. But if you have a question about that, feel free to email me, and Nick, I can take a look. I'll contact our rep. Otherwise, take a look back a few slides back. That his email address is listed there, and I can send out.
Here you are.
Your gowns should be mailed to your house. You should be getting them, I would imagine, in the night, depending on when you ordered. I'll go ahead and contact our Justin's rep on your behalf as well to see when those were mailed out. But you should be getting them here within the next week or so, I would imagine. But I'll check in with him.
Awesome. Any more questions on gowns or anything like that? Okay, and I was going to get Ms. Beaver back over here just in case. So that's all the formal stuff we have for you. I did say it was going to be a pretty brief presentation. Is there any questions you have that you haven't thought of regarding ending up your school year or the graduation ceremony itself? Any of those types of just kind of what do I do questions? Ceremony is on, so funny I have to look back because I don't even remember the date. So there you go. Ceremony is on June 4th at 2 p.m. Here in Fredonia. So you should have got an invite with that address, but it's here as well. So I'll mail out this, I'll email you the presentation so you'll be able to see this as well. Ceremony normally runs about an hour for the ceremony. And then, like I said, we'll have a brief reception, so we'll have cake and punch afterwards. And then certainly you can go out with your families a lot of times, so I'll go out to a late meal after that. Okay, any other questions? Nope. Nick, I think we will have about 30 students graduating this year, though I'm not sure about the RSVP list. I'm not sure how many actually will be participating in the ceremony, but I think we're looking at about 30 graduates this year, which I think is about normal. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Do make sure, if you are planning on coming, that you do go ahead and send an RSVP to Miss Danielle, so we know which of you guys to expect. Staff will be here, so the teachers will be attending, all of your high school teachers, or your WL high school teachers. Ms. Beaver, I'll be there. Ms. Horn will be there. All the SLAs will be there. So you may not even met some of those folks yet, but we'll definitely be here. We're looking forward to actually meeting some of you guys. Yes, Mrs. Horn will be attending, certainly. I think she's going to basically run the ceremony. So she'll definitely be in attendance. Okie dokie. Both Melissas. Oh, I don't think, is Miss Leibhoff to be invited there? We can certainly send an invite. Well, I'm not sure if Miss Leibhoff is going to be here, but she is. We will certainly make sure she gets a reminder on the invite. Ms. Beaver's going to send that out to her. Good idea. Good idea. Okay. Anything else? Yes, we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead. Okay, dokie. Well, if we don't have any more questions, then I'm going to go ahead and end our presentation. If you think anything at all, make sure you send me an email, and I'll make sure you get an answer. Okay. So thanks again for attending. So excited for you guys. It's really just been a pleasure working with you, and it's just my first year here, but I've been really impressed with the quality of our students. So congratulations, you guys, and hopefully I will go ahead and see you on the 4th. Thank you.